Welcome back to Tianjin, China. I'm Tori Dorsey with Adam Buchert. We're at the quarterfinal stage of the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup. France versus England after one Chukka. It's one apiece with everything to play for. A final place in the semi-finals to join Hong Kong, China, Brazil, and more recently this morning after an unfortunate penalty shootout, Chile. Well, unfortunate for New Zealand,
exactly,
that is.
Yeah, I was going to say very fortunate for Chile, but so it's now England deep in their half, and Nagumu on the grey horse there backs it now for France straight up the line. There's plenty of English players there. Rigaud's got to weave his way through them, and now that'll be Jack Richardson just leaving that one behind as Nagumu for France takes the other option, heads back towards the centre of the field now. Uses his teammate as a block on Jack Richardson to get around him, and the ball now sitting up there for Rigaud. On Rigaud now taking the ball forward now for France. He's in the strike zone. Can he put it through? But he's got to get through a lot of English players for that now. Charlton waits for it, and he's looking, looks like the whistle's gone. Umpire saying he had no play there, and it'll go back.
It's a big hit from Charlton, taking that ball beyond midfield. Looks like there is some discussion amongst the umpires. Here we have another look at the action there.
So I think Nagumu's got that line there, and Max Charlton didn't move him off the line and just strolled across in front and took the ball, and that's where the penalty lies. So it'll be a penalty to France, and they're well within strike range here to increase their lead if they can hit this one cleanly.
France again lining up this penalty.
I have to say, Tori, when it's 0 degrees out here, here we go. Penalty time for Rigaud. He hits it. Will it run out of legs as well? It has. He's read the same textbook as Sam Hopkinson.
So what is the scenario there actually during live play? He can't make a second shot.
No, he can't make a second shot there. And the whistle goes, and it'll be a spot to England.
And we just hope that that doesn't come back to haunt him later in this quarterfinal.
In grass polo, they will bring that out 5 yards from the goal mouth there to give the hitting player a little bit of space. But because it's a smaller field, they'll just get a spot there where the ball stops. And now Rigaud trying to make amends for that penalty, but it's gone wide to the left. And it'll be now England hitting in from the back. Jack Richardson, the number 2 for the UK team, hits it cleanly, but there is Nagumu, who is loose. Now Rigaud backs it towards the goal mouth. This is a lovely approach shot. If France can get back to it first, it'll be on now. Big ride-off here by Delfosse. Big ride-off by Delfosse, but Charlton got there first and backed it towards the boards. Now another big ride-off by Rutledge. Takes it Nagumu to the board there. Now Rutledge again, belly shot through underneath his and Nagumu's pony. Back shot there by Rigaud. I think it may have come off the helmet of Jack Richardson of England. Now it's going to be England trying to keep the ball alive, and the umpire appealing for Max Rutledge leaning across to get that ball.
Very physical at this stage. Both teams really
exactly now
tough on the ride off. Yep. And you can just see he crossed in front of Gumu's pony there.
Very dangerous. Can bring down a horse if the mallet gets caught between the legs of the opposing player's horse. Good little play there by Charlton, but then read very well by Delfosse for the French team. Now Delfosse absorbs the hook there of Richardson, now keeps the ball alive, runs it up the boards on the near side. Delfosse, the number 1 for France, bringing it along, but it's now way in the left-hand corner here. Oh, lovely little play by Briac Rigaud. Now he turns the ball around Jack Richardson, but the deeper snow just pulling the ball up there. Will Nagumu take it around the front? Looks that way. Gets turned a little bit the hindquarters moving as Max Charlton moved rode his pony in onto the line, and the ball now being left to sit there for Jack Richardson to take one shot. Jack Richardson now unloads it, but I think it's come off Rigaud's pony, so Rigaud on the attack goes for a beautiful neck shot, but it gets too much angle. The wind gets hold of it and it curls around to the left. So it's now Richardson going back in defence, and he'll hit it into the grandstand yet again for the third time today. It has gone into the crowd, the Chinese crowd. The kids love it. They get to have a feel of the ball and sometimes throw it in. So the ball now coming out in favour of England, but Charlton's shot, just the back shot there, just going into a horse now. Max Rutledge puts the big ride off onto Nagumu. The ball sits up there nicely, but there's no French people down there in attack, and so it'll be Rutledge taking it around up to the boards now. Nagumu probably a little bit soft at the moment. They need him to lift the French team. Now, first one onto that lovely back shot there by Delphos, and running onto it was Rigaud. He was in the right spot, but the ball beat him and went out over the back line. So
the French team looking far more cohesive than the English at this stage.
They look cohesive, but it's Nagumu is in everything, but he's getting beaten to these ride-offs by the physicality of like if Max Rutledge gets onto him, he's beating him nearly 60-70% of the time. So it's not good for France. So now Charlton, good play. Charlton hasn't been able to get a great hit away. Every hit he's done up till now has been into a horse or he's had a bad bounce. So he's been very unlucky. And now, great shot by Rutledge onto the stick of Richardson, who then opens the shoulders and goes for the big cut shot. Doesn't get it exactly where he wants, but it's not a bad position there. And it is goal time for Max Charlton. So again, you watch this play here. So there's Nagumu. He's watched Rigaud there. Now Richardson, he's pointed to the inside of the field. Nagumu's still there without a man. He's floating behind. He's not taking the man, and they're a lovely approach shot, which is finished off beautifully by Max Charlton. So good polo by England, and the French team can't afford to watch here. They really need to be hard on the man, and when they take the man, they've got to make it count. So Briac Rigaud now, near side, sitting up, staying in the field of play. Lovely back shot by Richardson. Can Charlton get to it? He can, but he's hooked out of it beautifully. Here goes Delphos with plenty of time. French team running it in, and it's a goal.
It looked like Jack Richardson was appealing for a foul.
He was, but the umpires were shaking their head.
And there was nothing there to be seen.
Lovely little back shot here. Now you watch. The ball's come off the pony and it's heading towards the goal mouth. Jack Richardson had no play there, and that was a very good goal for France. So 30 seconds left on the clock, and now let's see. This is here. He had plenty of time. He collected his thoughts and ran the ball through. Great goal there for France. And now it's France on the attack again, and they're all tied up. Will Rigaud get it through?
But the horn had blown.
The horn had gone.
There was no doubt about that. The horn had blown before that ball crossed.
Lovely goal for France, but it was after the hooter, so unfortunate and very fortunate for England.
So England and France playing to a 2-2 tie at the end of two Chukkas. We'll take a short break and return to Tianjin, China.